Tomorrow marks the 49th anniversary of the Supreme Court's landmark ruling in Roe v. Wade. Reproductive health care has been under extreme and relentless assault ever since. We're deeply committed to making sure everyone has access to care, and we will defend it with every tool we have.
The 1973 Supreme Court ruling Roe v. Wade made safe and legal abortion a constitutional right. Today, community leaders say that freedom is at risk like never before.
This could quite possibly be the last anniversary of Roe v. Wade that we get to celebrate.
At least 24 states are certain or likely to ban abortions without Roe. Where does that leave providers?
If Roe is in fact overturned, there will be many people who will not be able to get the abortion care they need in their own home state.
Women are made to feel that they're doing something immoral by choosing their lives over the ambitions that other people have for them. Being forced to wait to indulge somebody else's sensitivities is to say that we don't trust women with their important decisions.
In just the past year, they introduced nearly 600 abortion restrictions and were able to pass more than 90 into law.
The bottom line is nobody's health or aspirations should depend on their zip code.
The Supreme Court heard arguments today in what is widely seen as the most significant abortion case in a generation.
A majority of the justices appeared inclined to uphold Mississippi's ban on abortions after 15 weeks.
Jackson Women's Health Organization is the only abortion provider in the entire state of Mississippi.
All eyes on the Supreme Court tonight on that controversial new Texas law that has banned nearly all abortions in that state.
The law bans abortions as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. In the second largest state in the country, it is still nearly impossible to get an abortion.
For women who can't afford out-of-state travel, options are limited.
To obtain an abortion, patients are crossing state lines and traveling greater distances for care if they have the resources.
Idaho is now the first state to pass a bill modeled after the Texas law banning abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. The Idaho bill would allow potential relatives of the unborn child to sue abortion providers for $20,000.
This is a direct attack on African American, Black, and brown women.
The hardest part wasn't the abortion. It was everything in my way to getting there.
No matter what the setbacks, we will always be here.
This moment is dark. It is dark, but that is why we are here. Movements exist because of darkness. And it is our job to imagine the light even when we can't see it. So no matter where you live, no matter where you are, this fight is at your doorstep right now.
I am personally honored to stand with you today as an activist, a woman, and a person who chose abortion at one point in her life. Today we're marching for each other. We matter. We matter.
Holding my breath and I'm ready to go. I'm falling right.
Today, President Biden nominated 51-year-old Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. Jackson would be the first Black woman on the nation's highest court.
Women can now get the abortion pill through the mail. After 20 years, the FDA has permanently lifted its restriction, which required women to pick up the medication in person, but the policy is still subject to state laws.
Last year, on the heels of the Texas abortion ruling, we expanded access to reproductive care with 2 landmark bills that further protect those seeking reproductive health care services. And in this year's budget, we're doubling down on our commitment in improving access to essential services, including supporting reproductive health care providers and workers, and removing billing requirements.
A high school valedictorian says that she knew it was risky to use her commencement speech platform to criticize the new abortion law.
I am terrified that if my contraceptives fail, I am terrified that if I am raped, then my hopes and aspirations and dreams and efforts for my future will no longer matter. When there is a war on my body and a war on my rights, a war on the rights of your mothers, a war on the rights of your sisters, a war on the rights of your daughters. We need to make our voices heard. We cannot